December 4th, 2016. Bogota, Colombia. The night hums with music and laughter as a neighborhood party spills into the streets, kids darting around, parents chatting, the air warm with holiday cheer. Then silence creeps in. A little girl, all of 7 years old, vanishes from the crowd. Her giggles fade and a chill settles over the block. Where did she go? Who took her from that joyful moment? Let me tell you about Yuliana Samboní, a kid who lit up every room she walked into. Born in 2009, she was this tiny bundle of energy, living with her mom, dad, and 2 brothers in a simple house in the Fontibón district. She loved twirling to cumbia music, her little feet barely keeping up, and her eyes would sparkle when she talked about school. Man, she was the type to share snacks with anyone, always smiling, always kind. Her family adored her. Her mom would braid her hair every morning, and her dad would carry her on his shoulders after work. She was their little star, dreaming of becoming a dancer one day. December 4 was supposed to be special. It was a community get-together, a chance to celebrate before the holidays. Yuliana begged to go, her excitement infectious as she tugged at her mom's hand. They arrived around 6 p.m., the street alive with music and food stalls. She played with her friends, her laughter mixing with the chatter, until around 9 p.m. when someone noticed she was gone. Her mom called out, her voice shaky at first, then desperate. Neighbors joined in, searching every corner, but nothing. Man, can you feel that panic? It's like the world stopped spinning. Hours ticked by and hope started slipping away. Yuliana's parents ran to the police station, their faces pale, begging for help. The cops showed up, but it was chaotic. Too many people, too little direction. Someone mentioned seeing a man talking to her near the edge of the party, but the details were fuzzy. Something felt off, and everyone knew it. The family clung to each other, praying she'd just wandered off. Maybe fallen asleep somewhere, but deep down, they feared the worst. I mean, who wouldn't? A kid that age doesn't just disappear without a trace. The neighborhood buzzed with rumors. A stranger, a car, a shadow slipping away. Police set up a perimeter, knocking on doors, asking questions, but the night swallowed any answers. By dawn, the dread was thick. Yuliana's mom sobbed, her dad paced, and her brothers sat quiet, clutching her favorite doll. Man, it breaks your heart thinking about it. How a night of joy turned into this nightmare. As the sun rose on December 5, the search intensified. Volunteers joined the police, combing parks and alleys, calling her name. Yuliana's family held onto every shred of hope. Maybe she's scared but safe. Maybe she'll run back with that big smile. Her mom kept saying, "She's tough, she'll come home," her voice cracking with every word. They wanted to believe, needed to believe. The community rallied, putting up flyers with her picture, that bright face staring back at them, pleading for her return. But the clock kept ticking, and the silence grew heavier. Police found a small shoe near the party site. Her size, her style, red with a little flower. It was a punch to the gut for everyone. Man, can you imagine finding that? The hope started fading, replaced by a sinking feeling that something terrible had happened. I'm still shaken thinking about how fast life can change. Yuliana Samboní, a girl full of life, was gone. What happened to her in those dark hours? Who plucked her from that party? The reveals a discovery that will haunt a nation. How does a night of celebration turn into a hunt for a child? Stick with me and we'll uncover the truth together. Police, exhausted from the night's hunt, got a tip about a high-rise in the Chapinero district, a swanky place where the rich sip coffee and pretend the world's all fine. A neighbor reported hearing odd noises late last night, and that was enough to send officers racing up the stairs. The moment they knocked, you could almost feel the tension snap. Inside, they found her little Yuliana Samboní lying still on the floor of a penthouse apartment. It hits hard just saying it. Her tiny frame, so full of life yesterday, now silent. The scene was a mess. Blood stains on the carpet, an overturned chair, signs of a struggle. Officers called for backup, their radios crackling with urgency as they secured the place. The apartment belonged to Rafael Uribe Noguera, a name that would soon burn into everyone's memory. Neighbors peeked out, whispering, their cozy world shattered. I mean, can you picture it? 1 minute it's a normal Monday, the next you're staring at a crime that the police scramble. Cops swarmed the building, taping off the area as news helicopters buzzed overhead. Detectives moved fast, collecting evidence. Fingerprints, a bloody knife, traces of drugs scattered around. The place told a story of violence, and they knew time was against them. The coroner arrived, confirming the worst. Yuliana was gone, her body showing signs of a brutal attack. The family was notified, and the scream that came from their house echoed through the streets. Man, it's gut-wrenching to think about parents losing a child like that. Police pieced together her last hours. She'd been lured from the party, likely by someone she trusted or didn't fear. Witnesses recalled a man in a dark jacket near the edge of the crowd, but faces blurred in the night. The apartment's security footage was a goldmine, showing Uribe carrying her inside, unconscious. The evidence was piling up, and the city held its breath as the truth sank in. A community in shock. Word spread like wildfire. By midday, crowds gathered outside the building, some crying, others shouting in anger. "Not our Yuliana," they murmured, clutching candles as the rain started to fall. Local shops closed, and parents kept their kids close, the fear palpable. Everyone felt it. A loss that hit like a punch. The media descended, cameras flashing, turning a quiet street into a circus. I mean, can you imagine living next to that horror, knowing a child's life ended so close? Yuliana's family arrived, their faces etched with grief. Her mom collapsed, held up by relatives while her dad stared at the building, fists clenched. Neighbors brought food, offered prayers, but nothing could fill the void. Man, it's heavy. How do you even start to process something this dark? You know, when I heard about that little girl found in that fancy apartment, it shook me. How does a place meant for luxury become a graveyard? The cops were scrambling, the family was breaking, and the city was waking up to a nightmare it couldn't unsee. Stick with me. This story's about to get darker, and we're just getting started. December 5, 2016, turned a missing child into a murdered one. Her body found in a world far from her own. Who is this Rafael Uribe, and what drove him to such a monstrous act? The dives into the investigation that will expose a predator's secrets. Hey, just think about it. How deep does this rabbit hole go? The city buzzed with a mix of dread and fury as a name ripples through the streets. Rafael Uribe Nogueira, a man of wealth and status, now stands accused, his polished life cracking under the weight of a child's death. What secrets hide behind his designer suits? The man behind the mask. The air turned electric when police zeroed in on Rafael Uribe Nogueira, a 38-year-old architect with a reputation for building Bogotá's sleekest skyscrapers. He lived in that penthouse where Yuliana was found, a guy who mingled with the elite, always with a confident smirk. But that morning, that smirk was gone. Cops raided his place, finding more than just evidence of the crime. Traces of cocaine, a stash of cash, and a journal hinting at darker habit. Man, can you believe it? The guy who designed fancy offices was hiding a monster inside. Witnesses started talking. A party-go remembered seeing him near the edge of the crowd on December 4, chatting with Yuliana like he knew her. Security footage showed him carrying her limp body into his building. The timestamp, a gut punch, 10:32 p.m., He'd lured her with promises of candy or a ride, exploiting her trust. Neighbors recalled his odd behavior, late-night visitors, but no one suspected this. I mean, how does someone so visible pull off something so vile? Detectives dug deeper, and the picture got uglier. Forensic reports confirmed Yuliana had been drugged, assaulted, and strangled, her small body bearing marks of a struggle she couldn't win. Uribe's fingerprints were all over the scene, and his phone logs showed frantic calls to his brothers after the act. He'd tried to clean up, dumping evidence, but panic left clues behind. Man, it's chilling to think how calculated it was, yet how sloppy he got. His brothers, Francisco and Felipe, got dragged into it too. They showed up that night, allegedly to help him flee, but police nabbed them before they could. The Uribe name, once a badge of honor, became a curse. Friends from his high society circles were stunned, some defending him, others cutting ties fast. I mean, can you imagine the whispers at their next gala? Was he always like this? Bogotá reeled as the news broke. People who'd admired Uribe's buildings now spat on his name. Protesters gathered outside his family's properties, chanting for justice, their signs smeared with red paint. The shock turned to rage, especially among parents who saw their own kids in Yuliana. His clients dropped him, construction sites stalled, and the media had a field day. digging into his past for any hint of trouble. Man, it's wild how fast a reputation can crumble. Yuliana's family faced the cameras, her mom's voice breaking as she demanded answers. Why her? Why our baby? She cried, while her dad stood silent, eyes burning with grief. The community held vigils, lighting candles for her, but the betrayal stung. How could someone they knew do this? I'm still shaken thinking about the trust that was shattered. A third voice joins the tale. Man, when I heard about Rafael Uribe, it hit different. A guy with money and power, living large, and then this? It's like a movie you can't look away from, but it hurts to watch. The way he took that little girl's life, it's a betrayal that sticks with you. Stick around, folks, because the story's about to hit the courtroom and it's going to get intense. Peeled back the layers on Rafael Uribe Nogueira, a predator masked as a pillar of society. Will his wealth shield him? Or will the law finally catch up? Hey, just think about it. How far will justice go to right this wrong? June 2017, Bogota, Colombia. The hum of a crowded courtroom fills the air as justice looms for a little girl lost. Rafael Uribe Nogueira sits in the dock, his polished life unraveling, while a nation watches, hoping for closure. This is where the story finds its answer and its future. The trial kicked off with a buzz that echoed beyond Bogota's walls. By June 2017, Rafael Uribe Nogueira faced a sea of stern judges, the weight of Yuliana's death pressing down. Prosecutors laid out their case, showing security footage, forensic reports, and witness statements. They painted a grim picture. Uribe had drugged her, assaulted her, and strangled her in a cocaine-fueled rage, then tried to cover it up. Man, it was hard to hear, every detail a stab to the heart. His defense team fought back, claiming he was high and not in control, a desperate plea to soften the blow. They brought in experts arguing mental instability, but the evidence was a brick wall. His fingerprints, the knife, the timeline. The jury wasn't buying it. Yuliana's family sat in the front row, her mom clutching a photo, her dad's jaw tight, soaking in every word. I mean, can you feel the tension? It was like the whole room was holding its breath. On June 28, 2017, the gavel fell. Rafael Uribe Nogueira was sentenced to 50 years in prison, a punishment that echoed through the courtroom. Cheers mixed with sobs as the family hugged, relief washing over them. His brothers Francisco and Felipe got 40 and 41 months respectively for helping him flee, a lighter slap that left some bitter. The judge called it a crime against innocence, a statement that stuck. Man, it felt like a win, but the scars remained. The sentence wasn't the end, though. Appeals loomed, and Uribe's lawyers hinted at challenges, citing procedural errors. Public outrage flared again, with protests outside demanding no leniency. Yuliana's parents spoke out, her mom saying, "This is for our girl, but it's not enough." Her dad added, "We want change, not just punishment." I'm still moved thinking about their strength. That verdict sparked something bigger. July 2017 saw Bogota's streets fill with marches, people carrying signs reading "Justice for Yuliana" and "End Violence." Her death pushed lawmakers to tighten laws on child protection and drug crimes, a legacy she never asked for. Schools held talks, parents formed watch groups, and the community vowed to protect its kids. Man, can you see it? A little girl's loss turning into a movement. Her family became advocates, speaking at rallies, their pain fueling hope. A park was named after her, a quiet spot with a swing set where kids play, her memory alive. Strangers sent letters offering support, turning a private tragedy into a public cause. I'm amazed at how her story reshaped things. When that courtroom delivered its verdict, I felt a mix of relief and rage. 50 years for taking a child's life. It's something, but it stings knowing money almost bought him out. Yuliana's family turned their tears into action. And that's the real power. Stick with me, because we're not done yet. This story's got one more heart to share. And now it's my turn to wrap this up for you. Yuliana Samboní was taken too soon, but her name echoes louder than ever. From a party to a penthouse horror, through a trial and into a movement, her life changed Colombia. The Uribes faced their fall, the laws got tougher, and her family's courage lit a path Man, it's bittersweet. Her swing set sways, her memory grows. Let's keep her story alive. Subscribe, share, and join us for more tales that matter. Thanks for listening, friends. This one's for Yuliana.